It is 5:01. It is week number 7. Welcome. Let's talk about this week, shall we? We shall. So, big idea, the big picture. Sorry for my hand, just whoosh. Big reveal, transition, I don't know. Institution-wide change at the classroom level. Big idea, you're going to get some ideas from Sir Ken Robinson, chapter 7 and 8. And then a couple just 2-pagers from the Brahmbagh book, looking at Google Translate, Google Presentations. Pretty straightforward readings. 2 discussion board prompts. These are 2 of my favorite. Discussion board prompt 1, asking you to call out a trend in educational technology. What are people talking about? What do you think people should be talking about? What's going to be the big thing in the next year that people are like, oh my gosh, are you doing the thing? Wow. Oh, are you talking about the thing? How come your students aren't doing the thing? It could be something platform specific, right? Like Flipgrid. You're welcome to grab that one. It could be a bigger one, like looking at equity in the classroom, right? And just how technology in the classroom is going to be affected or impacted, or can affect or impact whatever that next trend is. So really excited by that. So for prompt 1, remember initial post Thursday before midnight, 2 replies to discussion prompt 1 by Sunday at midnight. Similarly, discussion prompt 2, also initial post by Thursday, also 2 responses to discussion prompt 2 by Sunday. So let's do some math, right? Thursday, 2 initial posts to 2 discussion board prompts. The following Sunday before midnight, a total of 4, 2 for 1, 2 for 2. That can be confusing. I've had students in the past do like 4 replies on discussion prompt 1 and like nothing on number 2. Don't do that. Like total of 6 posts minimum altogether. 1, then 2, 1, then 2. Straightforward enough? Cool. Rad. But I didn't talk about the second one. The second one is share an educator on Twitter that's really just impacted you. How you look at innovation, technology in the classroom does not have to be someone we've talked about previously. I was just looking at, as my mom calls it, the Twitters, and found one of you were sharing something that Tim Bedley does with his students to get them to focus more, basically, like being able to work through distractions. That was super funny. I was actually just messaging Tim, holding my phone as though you don't know how I message someone, in Twitter messages about, sorry with the hand, my goodness, about when we might connect again and hang out in real life. He might be going to Spring Q. So if Tim Bedley, still think he's doing 3rd grade, is one of your new favorite educators in the world, figure out a way to get yourself to the Spring Q conference mid-March in Palm Springs. You can hang out with me, hang out with Tim, go to his session if he's presenting. If not, pick his brain. He's amazing. What else? You have an assignment. You have let me double check the length, 2 or 3 page paper. And it has a pretty gnarly name, Protecting Human Research Participants. So with this, it is teeing you up for EDUT 580. So 580 and 605 are the capstone. And my goodness, are you here at the right time? Because this assignment has shifted a lot in the last year. It used to be a significant project. Like, my goodness, the amount of work you used to have to do to be able to actually get IRB approval. And you're going to learn what this is. The Institutional Review Board, where you would actually do research. It was a very time-intensive process to get IRB approval. Then you would actually run research in a classroom and then put it together for your capstone project. This, we were able as a department to get this project classified as a classroom project. And so part of this paper is just going to be actually looking at the difference between a classroom project, right, in quotes, and an IRB approval, like legit, like a research project. Not that what you're doing won't be like legit research, but the way that we're able to categorize it so that you don't require IRB approval, which was a big thing. Like, you're going to learn about all of this, right? So it's learning basically what IRB approval is. You're going to look at really what we as a university believe for what classroom projects are involving human participants. And that comes up a lot. It sounds like I'm trying to be silly or something, but it's a particular classification of research. So if there are human participants, there are many more hoops to jump through, essentially. I don't want to give away all the stuff, so you'll read through it and you'll be like, got it, okay, that totally makes sense. You're going to read through the Belmont Report, and then there is Teaching Ethics in Research Methods is a video. It's a lengthy video, so be sure and go through that. Give yourself about an hour to actually go through that, and then you're going to write a 2 or 3 page paper talking about that and look at how, when you do research, whether it's full-on like IRB approval or whether it's a smaller thing that can be classified as classroom project, how you can assist participants, how you can be ethical about it. Once you dig into it, it's easy to see how this becomes a big deal very quickly. So just go into it knowing that this would be kind of step one of if you were to do like a big action research project. Like, you're not a full-time teacher and actually wanted to run some legit research and publish a paper, this is step one of that. And the understanding of it, and hopefully this will be a better use of your time, is just looking at it as a classroom project and what can you actually do to run some action research in your class, to have a more, what's the right word here? I guess a more formal way of looking at what you choose to do and what students are doing in your classroom. I will say that I tend to just kind of go based on gut more. Our school has someone that actually was doing research at Stanford in classrooms, and then became a science teacher kind of by luck, and now is a fellow senior administrator at our school. And so having that point of view and actually be able to share, particularly around like flexible furniture, right? So what do flexible classrooms look like with agile furniture? And we could actually say, like, quantitatively, having this wiggle stool or wiggle chair, HOKKI, by the way, is what Hockey or Hokey is the brand that we looked at, that quantitatively students were able to generate more words for creative writing for a free write, and they're actually able to answer more math questions on a very specifically designed worksheet, basically. So students were able to get more work done quantitatively. So to say, oh, look at the cool flexible furniture, that's awesome. Wow, isn't that cool? But actually say, no, this is actually, like, this makes a difference in student learning. It's a different type of conversation you're able to have when you're able to do more research like that. So that is a long answer about why this is important. It's going to be a 2 to 3 page paper. Please make sure it is APA formatted. And then the next week, if you want to look ahead, it's what it means to be an active Q member. So that one, hopefully you'll be like, my goodness, Q is such an amazing organization at the end of week 8. So this is the last kind of dense assignment of this course. The final assignment is definitely a culminating event for the course. This one is very much like preparing you for 580 and 605 that you will be taking, and really starting to develop those kind of muscles and ways of thinking about how to more formally look at student and teacher behavior. So that's a bit more of the why. When I first started teaching this course, I was like, why do we have to do like protecting human research, really? So hopefully that makes a little more sense with a bit more of a lengthy explanation of that. And that is all for week 7. Reach out with questions. Looking forward to seeing the continued tweets, the continued discussion board posts. Those are fantastic. Keep them coming. And happy week 7.